Hey guys, I have another battle here for you today. This is a random battle with ZXLimitless from my Twitch chat. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started on this match. All right, so let me just hit the play button and then we can get started. All right, so I get a Frostlass lead, which is a pretty good lead for me, and meanwhile he's gonna get a Galvantula, which is not so bad. So yeah, I'm gonna switch out because I do not want to. I don't know. I guess I'm kind of afraid of whatever he's going to do. I go into Hyperior thinking maybe he'll go for a Thunder move. He ends up setting up the Sticky Web, so that's going to make my Pokemon slower on switch in, which kind of sucks, but whatever. He has the hidden power, I guess Grass, maybe Ice, maybe, I don't know. He has the hidden power something that's super effective against Hyperior, which means it could be any number of things. I go for the Rock Blast, and I only get 2 Rock Blasts off, which kind of sucks because if I just got 1 more, would have killed the Galvantula. And now he's going to actually use Giga Drain, which I don't know why he just didn't use that to begin with, because it's probably better than Hidden Power. But yeah, now he decides to go for that, and it actually does do some decent damage. And yeah, I'm kind of sad because my Rock Blast now missed. So I go for the Protect, just to get a turn off of Leftovers recovery as he goes for another Giga Drain, so obviously I protect myself from that, and now I'm kind of hoping that I can survive a Giga Drain. Well, actually I might switch. Let's wait and see. Yeah, I'm going to switch because I still don't think I can take a Giga Drain all too well. So I go out into Exploud just to take the Giga Drain or whatever he wants to use, and yeah, I end up going for the Hidden Power, which I'm neutral against, so I'm okay with that. So anyway, he's going to go for a Volt Switch, which is okay by my book. And he's just going to switch into something else. I guess it's Scizor. And obviously this is probably Mega Scizor, because this is a random match, and I think most of the time when a Pokemon can be Mega, it is in random matches. So I just go for a Boom Burst, which is a pretty strong move, and he's going to Mega Evolve into Scizor, and for some reason I did not see the superpower coming, and yeah, my Exploud just kind of dies, so that's kind of unfortunate, and yeah. His Scizor is going to lose some defenses, so I should be able to come in with something and just scare it off. I go into Ho-Oh because obviously he's not going to want to stay in against a fire move, and yeah, I just think that's a pretty good move overall, though he goes into Galvantula, which I'm not really sure why, because obviously Galvantula is not going to take a fire move all too well either. I go for the Flame Charge to get a speed boost due to the Flame Charge effect, and after the speed boost I am able to outspeed Galvantula and take it out, so I'm feeling pretty good about that, and at least I take out one of his pokes. So yeah, now he goes out into Groudon, and I have Will-O-Wisp on my Ho-Oh, so apparently, so I just go for it, and I just want to burn the Groudon, because obviously Groudon is so less scary when you do get it burned, and I did figure it had Stone Edge, but I was hoping I could live it after a burn, since burn has attack stats of the, has the attack stats of the Pokemon that it's on, so yeah, now I just go for a Roost. Makes me lose Flying type for a turn, so now I'm still neutral against, well, I'm only X2 weak against Stone Edge, and it's not going to be doing a whole lot now that he's burned, so yeah, I just go for another Roost. I'm back to full health, and he decides to go for a Roar for some reason, and that's going to go, make Ho-Oh go away, and I end up getting roared into Lord Helix, aka Almost Star, and yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm pretty sure he's going to switch. He's not going to risk me staying in and going for a water move, especially since even if he has Earthquake, I don't know how much damage he's really going to do while burned. So yeah, I just go for the Shell Smash on the switch. He ends up going into Scizor, and at this point, I'm scared away. I know that Almastar should outspeed Scizor, but I'm kind of afraid to take a Mega Scizor Bullet Punch with reduced defenses. So I just switch out back into Ho-Oh and take the superpower, which I guess that's okay. I mean, I don't know why he wouldn't have gone for the Bullet Punch. Maybe he was expecting it not to kill or something. Although I don't think he would have outsped with the superpower. So I guess he might just not have it, because sometimes these random movesets are random, and he might just not have Bullet Punch on his Mega Scizor. But he ends up scaring me away anyway, and yeah, now I'm just going to be able to finish off with Ho-Oh. He decides not to switch out for some reason, and yeah, I'm back in with Ho-Oh here. He goes into Pachirisu, which is well, kind of the new champion Pokemon. If you haven't heard, I think in the World Championships, the official World Video Game Championship, the winner ends up using a Pachirisu, so it's quite popular right now. But yeah, he randomly gets it, and he's going to try to nuzzle my Rhyperior, and my Rhyperior is like, no, and now he's just going to U-turn away, which I'm okay with. And yeah, he goes out into Groudon, and yeah, I'm into Rhyperior, and I'm kind of afraid he has Earthquake, so I decided to switch out because Groudon is obviously going to outspeed Rhyperior. At least I think it will, so I decided to switch. I do not want to take an Earthquake on my Rhyperior, even with the burn. It's super effective, and Groudon is a beast and it's stabbed and all that. So I go out into Dodrio, kind of expecting it to Earthquake, but it ends up roaring again for some reason. I get sent right back into Rhyperior, so... Okay, sure, I guess if you want this matchup, after another, round of burn, I'm thinking, maybe I can kill... Well, I know I can kill this one with Earthquake. So I just decided to go for the Protect to see what he's going to do. Not to mention, it's also not bad for me because he's just going to hurt himself more with the burn while I'll heal myself with Leftover. So it's a pretty solid play. He ends up going with a Fire Punch, which I have no idea why. Maybe he's just hoping to get a burn on my Rhyperior. He ends up not getting it, and I guess this Groudon might not have Earthquake. I mean, that's the thing with random battles, is sometimes you get suboptimal movesets. I think one game I was playing somebody in a random battle, I had a Mega Manectric. I only had 3 moves. I'm pretty sure that was a glitch, though. I'm pretty sure most of the time they're supposed to have at least, 4 moves. Just that they're somewhat randomized, and not all of them are optimal. I know I've gotten Pokemon Sleep Talk without Rest, for example, and, yeah, sometimes you don't get the best moves on your pokes. So anyway, he goes out into Swoobat, and I miss again with Rock Blast as he goes for a Calm Mind, so that makes it a free Calm Mind for him. He goes for a Giga Drain, and that sucks, because Rock Blast probably could have killed if I gotten lucky with the amount of attacks I got. And even worst case scenario would have left this Swoobat Revenge killable. So I go out into my Frostlass, which does have a Focus Sash. He goes for a Heat Wave, which gets the burn, but I am able to get off a 1 attack, and I obviously going to use Ice Beam. Ice Beam I think is a little stronger than Shadow Ball, so I just went for that. And yeah, Ice Beam ends up critting and killing it. And he was a little upset by that crit, but I'm like, you know what, dude? If I would have hit my Rock Blast, the crit wouldn't have mattered. So I think that nullifies all hacks right there. So I can't well, yeah. I think it kind of nullifies the hacks. Regardless, he goes back into Pachirisu, I go back into Ho-Oh, and yeah, he is super effective against me, and he's going to Nuzzle me, which is going to paralyze me. I think Nuzzle has a 100% chance to paralyze, as well as dealing some damage. And of course I get Parahacks the first turn, and that kind of blows. So now I decide just to go for a Will-O-Wisp, I guess, for residual damage. I mean, seems like a pretty overall good move. I can get some residual damage on this Pachirisu, especially since it does not have leftovers. As you can see, it has a balloon, which protects it from, ground-type attacks and all that stuff. So, yeah, I get the burn off. Obviously, it's not going to lower the damage of Thunderbolt, but the residual damage is always nice, especially when I just want to go for a Roost to try to stall this thing out a bit. I do have leftovers. He's burned, so for every turn... And his Thunderbolt's only doing about 38%, so it's not that strong of a Thunderbolt, it seems, against Ho-Oh. I don't know what the EVs are like for these Pokemon, so maybe I'm a special really bulky set or something, but I'm taking the Thunderbolts quite nicely. I just go for the Roost again, and I'm just going to keep going for it. Like, why the heck not? And he's going to switch out here, I guess, realizing that I kind of have him trapped. He goes into Porygon-Z, hoping he can do something with this guy. Ends up raising his attack, which is not what he wanted, probably, because most Porygon-Zs are specially attacking. So, yeah, I decided, you know what, I'm just going to go for the burn again, and obviously that's not going to reduce the damage of Tri-Attack, but residual damage is always good, and, yeah, it's pretty cool. Now, Porygon-Z, I know, doesn't have that great of defense. My last move on this guy is Brave Bird, so I decided just to go for it. I figure that it should do massive damage and possibly kill the Porygon-Z, so I just to go for the Brave Bird, and, yeah, that is, nearly going to kill Porygon-Z, and it is going to die after the bird, and his last Pokemon is, of course, Pachirisu. Unfortunately, the Brave Bird leaves me at a amount of HP that he should be able to kill me with Thunderbolt, but I just let him. I know my last 3 guys are weak to Electric, but seeing how much damage it did to Ho-Oh, I think both my Dodrio and Almastar can probably live an attack, and all they really have to do is do enough damage to kill the Pachirisu, which doesn't have great defenses, or let the burn kill it. So I just got into Dodrio, I think. And, yeah, I'm just going to go for the Double Edge, which is the strongest move on this Dodrio set, apparently. And, yeah, he goes with the Thunderbolt, does not quite kill, and I do go for the Double Edge, which should take out the Pachirisu. And it does. And I popped his balloon. I popped his balloon as well. So, adding insult to injury, not only do I make his Pachirisu faint and defeat him in a game of Pokemans, but I popped his balloon, too. Yeah, I can be a jerk sometime, guys. But that's the way the cookie crumbles. Alright guys, today's question of the day is, what is your favorite status condition in Pokemon? And I'm asking this because there was a lot of status in this battle. I mean, he paralyzed a lot of my dudes, I burned a lot of his, and status effects can obviously help a battle in many ways. My favorite has to be Burn. I have to say it's Burn. Because Burn can cripple a Pokemon like no other status condition can, except for maybe Freeze, but you can't really count on Freezes because there's no move that, 100% freezes something. It's kind of the most broken status condition in the game, but it's kind of like randomized. Although if you like Freeze, you can just say it, but I like Freeze too. I mean, why not? But I think the toolboxness of Burn. I mean, Paralysis is kind of the same way, but Paralysis' main effect of making a Pokemon not be able to move 25% of the time is not nearly as great as Burn's minus 50% attack. So, yeah, I'd have to say Burn is my favorite status condition. Sleep is broken, as usual, but Sleep Clause fixes that. I like to put Will-O-Wisp on a lot of my guys, so leave a comment about that, and see you guys later. Bye. Also, don't forget, if you like this video, make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe to my channel. New battle videos, I'm trying to post at least a few a week, so get back in the regular spirit of battling. And, yeah, take care, guys. Later.